안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to a brand new week on the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon-soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-sites, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that together with our Monday co-host, Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello, everyone at home. It's Walter Lee here to give you your daily dose of K-Enter news.
Now, our K-Enter boy, or should I say man,
I hope so.
is going to have lots of news regarding K-pop boy groups and K-pop boy group members, right?
Yes, you're reminding me of the days I wanted to be a K-boy group member, or at least a boy band member. But
Walter, it's never too late.
It's never too... I think it's a little bit too late for me, but yes, I've got so much news for you today.
All right, so why don't we kick off with K-Enter news today, Walter. So we're going to start off with BTS's Jimin setting new records on the largest music streaming platform, Spotify.
Yes, it seems like every week I have something new about one of the members breaking some sort of record, but how do you become one of the most popular weekly top artists on Spotify? Well, South Korean charts for 90 weeks. Will you call yourself Jimin, release a couple of hit songs, and just sit back and watch, I guess? According to Spotify's announcement on Friday, this marks the first and only time in the chart's history that any artist has accomplished this milestone. Now, Jimin first entered the Korea Weekly Top Artists chart all the way back in April of 2022 with the original soundtrack With You from the TV and drama Our Blues. Now, as of April 3rd, 2025, he has charted for a total of 139 weeks, holding the #1 position for 90 of those weeks. Now, Jimin has also been quite successful with his title track Who from his second album Muse on Spotify's Korea's daily top songs chart as well. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Jimin, and let's see whether he will make it to 100 weeks.
Oh, I mean, I have no doubt he might.
Really? Okay, let's see. Well, Walter, we're going to move on to boy group 17, also becoming the first to achieve a milestone in the name of K-pop.
Yes, indeed. So on Friday, K-pop boy group 17 took to the stage as a headliner at the major music festival Tecate Pal Norte in 2025, held at Fundidora Park in Monterrey, Mexico. Now, they are the first K-pop group artists to ever perform at this festival. Now, during their approximately 1-hour performance, they showcase hit songs such as Love, Money and Fame, Left and Right, Hot and God of Music. Now, Pal Norte is one of the largest festivals in Latin America, and this year 17 shared the headliner lineup with global stars including Olivia Rodrigo, Green Day and Fall Out Boy, but it was also very star-studded. It had a lot of headliners.
What a great achievement. Now,
Yes.
Walter, next up we have a 10th anniversary celebration concert to talk about. Now, just a week ago, we did actually delve into these groups that are celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. But which group are we talking about today?
Yes, we actually didn't talk about them last week. It is Day 6. I am talking about Day 6, who will be performing at the KSPO Dome for the first time since 10 years after their debut. Now, their agency JYP Entertainment announced the finale of the Day 6's third world tour, Forever Young, will take place right here in Seoul. The concerts will be held over the span of 6 days from May 9th through to May 11th and May 16th through May 18th. Now, this will be Day 6's first time performing at the KSPO Dome, so the group is making a thorough preparation to make sure the crowd leave amazed, which I'm sure they will. They plan to open the entire venue in a 360-degree format so fans can enjoy the performance from every angle. Now, the concert is set to be a grand finale to their large-scale scale world tour. They are currently now touring in Australia.
Well, I really like the idea of having a 360-degree seating arrangement.
Right.
But last but not least, we have one more story, and this time it's news about a K-pop group's member, but this member is going solo?
Yes, so we have a new solo member, I guess. So on Monday, NCT member Mark is releasing his first solo album titled The First Fruit, now officially marking his debut as a solo artist. Now, the full album will be available on major music platforms at 6 p.m. Korea time today, and the music video for the title track 1999 will be released simultaneously on the SM Town YouTube music channel as well as other platforms. Now, the album features 13 tracks themed around 4 cities that have shaped Mark's life. Now, that's including his hometown, Toronto in Canada, the first city he obviously moved to, New York, the place where he spent his school years, Vancouver, and Seoul, where he's pursuing his dream as an artist. Now, Mark will also hold a showcase event for The First Fruit at 8 p.m. on Monday, which is today, at the Seongsu Cultural and Arts Center.
Looking forward to that. And I guess the title track 1999 is probably called that way because Mark is born in the year 1999.
So young.
And let's hope that year 2025 is also going to be a big one for his solo career.
Yes, let's hope so.
And thank you very much, Walter, for those news, and stick around.
Will do.
As we are now going to head over to Ari and her latest on culture news. Take it away, Ari.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. Gangneung City in Gangwon-do Province was bustling with visitors over the weekend. Drawn to its popular cherry blossom spots, Gyeongpo-dae Pavilion and Gyeongpo Lake were filled with tourists exploring the Gyeongpo Cherry Blossom Festival, one of the city's signature spring events known for its stunning floral scenery. Although official performances and celebratory events were cancelled in light of recent large-scale wildfires, the festival drew large crowds eager to embrace the spring atmosphere. The festival runs through April 9, with diverse programs like a hanbok outing and a flea market also in store. To further boost tourism, Gangneung City has released a map of the cherry blossom hotspots, featuring not only well-known locations but also hidden points throughout the region. Jimin City in Gyeongsangnam-do Province will kick off its largest annual event, the 2025 Gaya Culture Festival, this Thursday. It will be held at the UNESCO-listed Daesungdong Tombs and the surrounding Surungwon area. Festival highlights include Gaya Fantasia, a dynamic fusion performance that blends traditional Korean music with modern vocals, belly dancing, hanbok showcases, and more. A media facade installation will illuminate the historic tomb complex at night, vividly bringing to life the rich legends of the ancient Gaya kingdom through cutting-edge technology. Jimin City has cancelled fireworks displays out of respect for recent wildfire victims. Korea's southern port city of Busan welcomed a record 30,165 foreign medical tourists last year, the highest level to date. The figure marks a 134% increase from 2023 and is the third highest nationwide, following Seoul and Gyeonggi-do Province. According to the Korea Health Industry Development Institute, the majority of medical tourists to Busan came from Japan, Taiwan, and China. Notably, the number of Taiwanese visitors soared by a whopping 1,840% on year. That's all from me. Keep it tuned to the Culture Wave.
The delights of spring are coming from all around, including Gyeongbokgung Palace, a royal palace in the center of Seoul. Along with taking a tour around the historic place, visitors can now indulge in reading books in the innermost part of the palace, thanks to the opening of a small library. Our Choi So-young takes us around.
Spring has arrived in Gyeongbokgung Palace. This part of the palace is called Jibokje, which means collecting precious jewels such as jade. It is connected with Parujong, an octagonal two-story pavilion, and Hyopgildang Hall, showcasing a distinctive traditional architectural beauty. Inside the buildings, over 1,000 books fill the walls, and people look around and read. From April 2nd, the Jibokje has been opened as a small library. Here, visitors can read books, relax, and enjoy a moment of peace. The low ceilings gives visitors a cozy feeling and lets them see the beautiful tancheong, traditional Korean patterns, up close.
I think it's peaceful, quiet. I feel lucky to be here actually. So I choose other books like poem, just to see how it's writing.
We came here to enjoy the nice weather and also to learn more about our culture. The atmosphere is very calm and peaceful, and it feels like the perfect place to relax. We are having a really great time.
Since 2016, the Korea Heritage Service has opened this space for free to allow visitors to experience the palace more closely. This building was built in 1881 and was used by King Gojong as a study and to receive foreign envoys. It closed during the COVID-19 pandemic but reopened in 2022. Currently, this place has over 1,700 books related to the history of the Joseon dynasty and royal family.
It also offers books for children, foreign language translations, and rare resources such as the annals of the Joseon dynasty, which are not easily found elsewhere.
The office plans to hold programs such as Meet the Author events and book talks at the library. The Jibokje Small Library will be open until October 31st, except in July and August. Choi Soo-hyung, Arirang News.
Recent movies revolving around sports have been captivating domestic audiences. Let's take a look at what's behind the popularity of sports-themed content with culture critic Professor Ji Hye-won at Kyung University's Arts and Cultural Management Program. Welcome, Professor Ji.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, the match, or 승부 in Korean, which deals with the board game Go or Baduk in Korean, and Lobby, which is also Dobi in Korean.
Right.
Those are the movies that are currently ranked first and second in the past weekend. So, let's first talk about what the movies are about. Let's start with The Match.
The Match is a film based on a true story of the legendary Go player Jo Hoon-yeon, played by Lee Byung-hun, and his student Lee Chang-ho, played by Yoo Ah-in. So the movie depicts the bloody final match between them in the 1990s. So Go or Baduk is recognized as a sport worldwide, and it has been adopted as an official event in the Asian Games. So as in the movie, you can see how Baduk is a real sport and making the players to use their brain and heart rather than the body.
It's actually really quite a difficult game. I've watched many people play it, and I can't get my head around it. But how about lobby? What's that about? I did mention it actually quite a while ago in my Kansas segment, but the title seems to tell that it's not just about golf, right?
Right. Lobby is a drama about the commotion that occurs when Yoon Chang-wook, played by Ha Jung-wook, a startup CEO, engaging in a golf lobbying to win a 4 trillion won national project by beating out Song Kwang-woo, played by Park Byung-eun, the CEO of a rival company. So basically lobby is not the traditional sports movie, and they use golf as an important background and the symbolic place where the lobbying and the backroom deals take place. So both movies are more enjoyable for the fans of those sports, but they explain the rules well enough so that even those who don't know the games can easily understand the movies.
I have to agree with that part because I still have to watch Lobby, but with the match, while I was watching it, although I'm not really familiar with all the rules, the lines of the actors, especially of Lee Byung-hun, they are explanatory enough to enjoy the movie. And let's just talk a bit more about Baduk or Go. It's a very interesting topic, but also a challenging game. Although the rules are quite simple, it is still a very complex game, which requires a lot of brain. But it's often appearing in Korean contents, not only movies, but also dramas. Why is that?
So actually there was a film called The Divine Move, 신의 한 수. So the movie was released in 2014 starring Jung Woo-sung and Lee Bum-soo. And it was an action movie actually based on Baduk. And the sequel was released in 2019 starring Kwon Sang-woo and Kim Hee-won. And you can also watch the actress playing Baduk in the Netflix's The Glory. So it is often said you can learn life in Baduk. And I think Baduk requires an eye that can see the game from a broader perspective while respecting the opponent. So that might be the reason that Baduk is featured in many media content, as it is a sport that uses the head and heart to win rather than the body. It is more likely our real life.
That's why I also seem to see many of these scenes where two people are very in a tense atmosphere. That's when they try to show this by having a game of Baduk or Go.
And you can always see them in the parks, obviously, with a bunch of old men surrounding the areas. And I mean, it's always very tense to watch a big game just around it. It's really enjoyable, actually. But when it comes to golf, it's a sport that's been tremendously popular within Korea within the recent years, even being sort of a major theme in a lot of variety shows as well. What's behind the popularity for golf as the theme or the means of content?
Since the popularity of the outdoor sports increases during the pandemic, so the increase in golf also seems to have increased in those periods, as golf has become popular not only among the old generation and the mid-ages, but also among the younger generation. So many entertainment or the variety TV show featuring golf has also increased in the past few years. So I think more media content using golf are continuously getting attention for a while.
I see.
So also, if I'm correct, sports was once considered sort of an unpopular subject or topic in TV and also in movies in Korea. Why do you think it's gained so much traction in recent years?
So most movies or TV dramas based on sports talk about the value of the steady efforts and fair play, fair game. So many stories are based on the real people or real events. So I think these work give the messages of courage and hope to people, especially for the younger generation, to live in a difficult or tiring life in these days. So in other words, you can learn life through the sports or sports-themed movie or TV shows.
That's very interesting. And that's why it takes us to our next question. Which movies then in the past years have been really being praised and are revolving around sports contents? Movies or dramas, any contents?
Right, the movie win 1승 is one of the recent films featuring sports, the volleyball. So actually that was the first sports movie featuring volleyball in South Korea. So the movie is a story of a professional women volleyball team with no chance of winning, starring Song Kang-ho and Park Jung-min. So in 2023, several sports-themed movies were released. Rebound, directed by Jang Hang-jun, is a movie based on a real story of Jungang High School in Busan. So and the County is another one, a story of a former boxer Park Si-hyun, played by Jin Sun-gyu. And Dream, starring Park Seo-joon and IU, is based on a true story about the homeless World Cup in which South Korea participated for the first time in 2010. So as a TV dramas, 25-21, 25-21 is featuring fencing, and Rocket Boys, the Rocket 소년단, tells the story of middle school badminton players. Personally, I highly recommend Rocket 소년단, Rocket Boys, which is humorously depicting the growth of young boys.
And then there's also Stove League, right?
Yes,
that's
another one.
Exactly. I wanted to mention that one because that is about not only baseball but also the behind scenes of baseball. And that one I heard is being made into a remake in Japan. And it is an example of how you can fall in love with a drama without really knowing much background about the sports. That was the case for me. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that baseball being, I guess, Korea's national sport, that they do a few different movies, and I really did enjoy the Park Seo-joon and IU film about the soccer one as well. That was quite good. And what are some things to keep in mind when using sports as sort of the main theme in content, do you think?
In many movies or TV dramas featuring sports, one of the problem is the unrealistic game scenes or players' performances. But of course, the actors are not the real players, so it is not really possible to make the scenes as a real play. But however, the audiences expect the excitement of sports or the thrill of their play or fair plays. So I think sports-themed movies or TV dramas need to provide entertainment to the audiences through dynamic the game scenes, along with the story about the growth of the main characters. And as you mentioned, on the other hand, the sports fans can learn about the other side of the sports, so such as management or politics surrounding the sports. So the Stop League, one of the good example, I think, as well.
Right, and as you mentioned, these actors are not athletes themselves, so I guess it's also a very big challenge for the actors as well to make it real as possible. Now, finally, Professor Ji, as we're seeing these strengths of combining Korean content with the theme of sports, how can these kinds of movies appeal to a wider audience, you think?
Basically, sports are universal. So, and in Korea, there are sports where we are particularly prominent, such as ice skating or archery. So I think if we produce movies or TV dramas based on the sports that better display Korean characteristics, I expect those work are possibly attract more global audiences.
So the sports that Korea has strengths in should be also more widely appealing to foreign watchers, I guess.
With the original stories.
With the original stories.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Ji, for your insights today.
Thank you.
Looking forward to next time.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you back here tomorrow.
See you very soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea.